Hey, welcome back to BoneDry Bonsai. I'm Joel. Did the dog just bark during my intro? I'm working on my Dwarf Alberta Spruce today. I originally styled this thing here as the front. I saw a little more merit here. Excuse the dog. Took quite a bit off the tree. It's pretty healthy. It was a good idea to leave it in its nursery pot, especially for the timing that I did this work on. You can only do work to one or the other. You can't do both. At least that's what I'm learning. I shortened the gin. I made a couple more gins. I had some fun with the tree. I hope you enjoy the video. Check it out. This is Alberta Spruce. I think it's Dwarf Alberta Spruce, Picea glauca conica. I think I missed it on the front when I originally was doing the work I did. It's pretty much directly opposite, which I guess tends to happen. This was kind of how I envisioned it when I started it. I'm seeing a little bit more merit here for what I think needs to happen to the tree. And so somewhere right in there, I'm not going to play with angle. I think the tree comes out enough at a slight angle. It sort of does a jog back. I've got this inverse taper right here. I think with just a little bit of a manipulation on planting, that can kind of go away. And then I see this gin being shortened, these smaller branches breaking off, and probably bringing this apex back to the right. Trunk goes to the right, bring the apex sort of back to the right. I see this is my defining branch, or the branch that gives me the most asymmetry on the tree. Right now I think I just want to get some of this wire off of here. I also see this branch either coming off or getting shortened. But I do have wire bite on these branches since I did this work. You can crush these needles if you're not proficient in your wiring, and I was definitely not. But yeah, I'm not afraid of a little bit of wire bite on this. I think it's just a waiting game. You don't just make a bonsai when you're wiring. I don't think that's the point at all. It's just about getting structure set like you want it, then waiting. Well, it's just like you got to be really careful with these needles. You don't want to break them or bend them over. So I'm kind of trying to fish it through. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see for now what happens if I just keep these two smaller branches, the one I just wired, and this one. And so I'm going to just take this off, and I've left this wire on here so that maybe I can just push this to its limits and get these smaller branches kind of where I want them. You really want to go hard on the bending of spruce, I guess. I just started to get a little bit of pitch or sap when I bent that. That's kind of what I want. If you can get a tear when you bend, just a tear, and then hit it with some callus mate or some cut paste. You'll send nutrients and energy there to heal, and that'll help strengthen your bend. See, I'm going to get this wire off of here so I can show you how it's biting in. And again, like I said, I'm not worried about it too much for the spruce. If I was talking about a soft bark tree, something like a deciduous, Japanese maple, one of my oaks that's deciduous, although they get a pretty rough bark. I'd probably, well, then I'd have to definitely watch for wire bite. This one could have stayed, frankly. I mean, there's hardly anything happening with this branch as far as bite. But the other thing is, I'm not real keen on this wiring job that I did. I don't think it looks nice. And a lot of wiring is the aesthetics. You are making a tree that you hopefully want to look at, even with wire on it. So, see, I'm happy with what I got out of this branch. It seems like this was a decent wire job too. I think my angles may be a little long, but I'm trying to stay at 55 to 60 degrees, even spacing. This branch has definitely got to come off. I'm really biting in here. I had either a break or a weak spot in the branch right there. Maybe I had cut a second branch off here. This wire I'm not going to try and unwrap. Let the branch work with me too. See, this is my weak spot right here. Really weak. But I do have a bud here. It probably just broke. Yeah, that was a pretty good bite in. Little pop there. Now see, I'm just happy to get that off the front of that tree. That was just terrible. And so following this wire up, you can see it's starting to get some bite on this apex, which would be expected. I mean, the apex is generating a lot of energy, a lot of growth up there. The branch is easier to move than the wire. Move the branch. It's a lot of growth since I wired it. Building vascular tissue here for sure. Probably a lot of energy going here because I killed this. Don't really want this really small stuff on here. And I think I may even want to shorten this gin. I don't know, that might be able, they might be able to work together. Leave that wire. This one's biting in pretty good. I do think that over time, years, I mean, this tree's not an automatic bonsai, like I said, just because I put wire on it. It's got years to mature and put on some rough bark, hide these wounds. So yeah, nursery stock. Something you can grab pretty much any nursery. This one was $10.50. Just gonna help me with that bark right there, maybe. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll be able to tweak these. I want to shorten this one. This is my long branch. This is my defining branch above it. You know, I'd like to take it off all the way to here, but on the end, I'm not going to go that far for now, but I'm going to remove this. I did have bifurcation here. I want to leave growth out here because you don't get buds without growth. Growth is what builds energy, and that's where you get your buds. Just trying to get this branch to be a little more compressed, but still have length. And this is a branch that I'm okay with the wire to stay on it for now. But I think I want to take this and use it on this branch. So that's about all I'm going to get out of that. That's what I'm proposing right now to be the front. And I'd like to try and go down a little bit. Yeah, see, I'm almost thinking that branch doesn't want to live there either. Got too much going on over here. What if I bring it up? I'll try bringing it up. I want my initial to be down because of snow load. This alpine tree, snow load on the branches. That's why it's such a flexible tree, so it could handle that snow load. This could come down into the zone. I could still... Yeah, I'm gonna take this way back also. I do have a bud here. Right there at my scissor tip. Remove that just because I think I need to compress here. This isn't going to cause any structural issues, so I'm going to leave it. I want to try and hit this at the top of the branch. I'm going to pair it with this branch. I'll play with this defining branch here. I think I need, again, more of that alpine feel right at the shoulder. Maybe a little bit of bend. So I want to keep my length out here on the end. This is 1, 2, 3 here. I'm going to take this smaller piece off. No ramification on it. That's pretty insignificant. So I'd rather pull needles and crush them with wire. The idea when you're wiring is to use as little wire as possible to control what you need to control. I've got areas of 3. I want the length, so this is actually 4 here. I'm going to direct this away from this piece by taking this piece off. This one at the bottom, everybody says take it off the bottom, but I'm not going to take it off the bottom because it's not causing any structural issues. So this piece will come off because I like this angle at the tip of this. This piece has got bar branches here, so I'll take this one off. And at the tip of the branch I've got 3. I'm going to take this one off over here because I left this one. Yeah, that freed up that little needle. Again, you gotta be thinking nursery stock. It's nursery stock. This tree was $10.50. It was grown for somebody like me to do something with. So I'm just looking for layout here so that I can be efficient. I would love if I could get this to come around a little bit. Maybe a piece that just doesn't make it. It's really not flowing in the design like I'd like it to. I really want to leave as much growth on as I can if it's not causing issues, because that means more energy being built in the tree, which will give me more choices later. Can I use this piece? Am I going to do anything with that piece? Just don't know. Not really seeing that thing having a home. Although, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's not hurting anything, and it's got a bud swell. Because, and the reason why I say it's not hurting anything is because this guy is going to be coming off or getting significantly shortened. And the reason why is because it opposes this branch. I don't know why I let it go initially. I'm going to just gin this end for now. If you want to have sticky fingers, work on a spruce. Knob there. That's better. I don't know. I might be able to do something with a feature like that. Might make it kind of interesting to have something different. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, now I've got to make some decisions up here. So I've got a really nice ramified piece here. I've got a coarser piece here. It does have bifurcation here and buds. Got another weak piece here. Pretty weak piece there. I like this. These are okay. Not sure about this. It kind of stands alone and it has lots of buds. This is a really ramified piece right here. I think it's gotta stay. I think I want to take the coarse piece out. Well, do I? Do I want to take the coarse piece out? Yeah. And this piece here. Okay. Wow. Does it go in front of the gin? So that's kind of the front right there. Piece is going, it's right in my way. That's a strong, long apex right there. I'm not sure I want to keep that piece. Yeah, I don't think so. I could use these in the back. So this one's gonna need to come off. One can stay. This one's gone. So I've got to decide what I'm doing with this branch. Don't know yet. As right now, I think it needs to be compressed, shortened. I want these needles on the tree. And, you know, I say nursery stock, like cheap, and I can do anything I want with it, but you know, I don't want to be cavalier about it either. You know, it could turn out to be an awesome $10.50 tree someday, and if I slack on technique or something like that, because it's like, oh, it's just a $10.50 nursery stock tree, well, then I'd look back and go, what a dumbass. Really could have had something special, and I was cavalier in my attitude about treating the tree with respect. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. everything seems kind of robotic and the same. So I'm just trying to create a couple of different planes here with these two pads. This one wants to live below, this one above. To hop on the other side of this little branch. Sometimes you just have to make exceptions for your 55 to 60 degree angles. I could be going a little too far with trying to save needles, but I don't care. I'm not wiring for money, so I've got time. Alright. So I am going to, we got buds here, I'm going to drop this back to these two buds. With the rest of this I am going to gin. Yeah, I've got buds along this shoot here. I'm gonna take it back to a bud and just kind of explore with it. Bud there, got a bud here just below it, a bud here. Still got too much length on the left side. I think this gin's got to come down shorter. It's just interfering too much with some small branching back here. the hell am I doing? So that's all the wiring that I think I'm going to attempt on this poor little tree. I thought it was looking really two-dimensional as I was turning it and looking in the camera, but so I tried to bring some more of this to the back here of the design. And I think I accomplished a little something. I'm not crazy about this big, huge tuft of growth out here on the end of this branch. I did try and put a little bit more of a jog here in this. These are spread out to where I think that they'll be as efficient as I can get them. I don't have structural issues out here. I've got some background here. This is a little bit wild, but again, I think I'm starting to do more damage than I really want to do. That's really kind of the front there. This one kind of interferes a little bit, but for its size, I think I'm okay with it too. And when these pieces get stronger, maybe I'll be able to do something with wire. Trying to keep, you know, the in, out kind of thing going. And asymmetry here. This doesn't look good. I've got a pretty good gap there now, and I think that's from monkeying around with my apex, but I believe it's gonna hold. This wire crossing here at this bulge makes it look like it's got more inverse taper than it really does. But overall, I don't know. I think I'm happy with where I'm at with this. I hope you enjoyed watching. I know it's been a long video. Believe me, it's been a lot longer styling it. This thing took me, I've been working at this. This is my third day. I put the same shirt on for this video 3 days in a row. So I'm gonna get out of this shirt and try and get this edited, and I hope you all find some nursery stock and enjoy playing with it. Take care.